Well, hello and welcome to our virtual open day session on T-levels at Harrow College and Uxbridge College. We've got a presentation to share with you, and we've also got some Q&A that we'll be taking as well. If you haven't pre-registered with us, do register with us. You'll find a link in the chat box, and you can keep updated. Then we'll keep in touch with you to give you information about the college and any other events and things that we are holding. We are, as I say, using the chat box again today for our questions and answers. So if there's anything that you want to ask, just pop that into the chat box as we're going through, and then we'll aim to cover hopefully all of those at the end, or as many as we can. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, welcome to the HCUC Open Day. This is the section on T-levels. My name is Susanna Butler, and myself and Chris Evans are the T-level development managers, and we're going to take you through the T-level qualification. Hi, welcome to the HCUC Open Day. This is the section on T-levels. My name is Susanna Butler, and myself and Chris Evans are the T-level development managers, and we're going to take you through the T-level qualification.
Hello, my name is Fatuma, and I'm currently a cybersecurity degree apprentice at Fujitsu. I am a former Uxbridge student. I studied at Uxbridge for 2 years. I did a cybersecurity BTEC level 3. So my second year, I applied for the work placement that Uxbridge was providing. It was with Heathrow for 6 weeks. Before that, we were given a workshop to renovate our CVs and really make it up to scratch and very professional. And then we got given a interview process where certain students would be selected for that specific work experience. I was lucky enough to make it through during my time at that. So that period of doing the interview was kind of nerve-wracking, because obviously I had no experience in terms of being interviewed, and I didn't know how it'd go and what questions they'd ask, but it was really relevant questions and why I was a suitable candidate for that specific placement. So that was really good in terms of knowing that and taking that on till the future.
Hello, my name is Yogo. I'm a former student and student union president at HCUC. Last year, I got a chance to participate into the Extended Industry Placement Program, which allowed me to get a place into a very competitive University of Law at UCL. Having this experience was really important, not only because it allowed me to understand more about the law, but also because it helped me improve my personal statement, as I had a direct interaction with the law. This was really important because it gave me a chance to compete against another 1,000 of brilliant students applying for these universities.
Okay, welcome. So what we're going to do here is where Susie and I are going to go through these slides for you, just to give you a better understanding of what T-levels are. One T-level is an equivalent to 3 A-levels. So it's very similar to BTEC in the extended route.
So what makes the T-level different to both the BTEC and the A-level? It's still a 2-year qualification, but it's bringing together classroom and the work placement. And the government actually designed it with employers and businesses who actually built the curriculum to fit in skills shortages that we're experiencing right now.
Unlike the A-level, T-levels you will spend 80% in academic and 20% on industry placement.
And due to that 20% of time in the workplace, you can go straight from a T-level to your chosen career. You can also, though, go on to a level 4 apprenticeship or a degree.
The T-level you choose can give you a direct link into your industry.
If you don't want to go straight into work, you can use the T-level as a route to university. A distinction star at T-level is worth 168 UCAS tariff points, which is the same as A-star, A-star, A-star at A-level.
Alternatively, once you've achieved your 315 hours of work experience, you can progress onto a level 4 apprenticeship in your chosen field.
HCUC offers 2 digital T-levels, 1 education T-level and 1 science. The first year of your T-level is all about learning the core content and the core skills. This will underlie all the knowledge of your T-level. Your core content is assessed by a 2-hour exam, and the core skills are assessed by an employer-set project, where you practically apply all of the skills and the knowledge you've learned in the first year. In the second year, you will choose an occupational specialism. This will look at one specific occupation in great detail. You'll learn the skills and knowledge that are needed for that job, and then, right at the end, you go out for 8 weeks and apply all of your core knowledge, all your core skills and the occupational skills and knowledge. That is going to give you real life experience of working in that specific industry.
HCUC covers both Harrow College and Uxbridge. On our Uxbridge College campus, we will be delivering digital production, design and development, and on our Hayes campus, we'll be running education and childcare.
So this is an overview of the T-level in education and childcare. The core elements:
a range of topics such as child development, safeguarding and special education needs, as well as your understanding of the role of families and support agencies. You'll also dive into a specific and social interaction, behaviour and how language is acquired, as well as build your skills in becoming a reflective practitioner.
You'll then specialise in the early years education sector,
giving you an amazing opportunity to work with employers while you study, such as school or nursery.
And in the future,
a degree or higher apprenticeship or careers option, teaching assistant, nursery, nurse or early years officer. T-level development, digital production, design and development. Core elements include
a range of topics such as programming, coding and the use of data, and the different platforms of delivery in the digital industry. A range of topics such as programming, coding, the use of data, and the different platforms of delivery in the digital industry. You'll also learn about the potential security risks that organisations can face and how to analyse problems and identify solutions through computer programs.
You'll then go on to specialism, production, design and development.
This means you'll work on problem solving, developing solutions within a collaborative environment, and learning how to change, maintain and support software. You'll have the opportunity to work with an employer, which will most likely be in software or an IT company.
The future.
So a degree, higher apprenticeship, or the career options of software, graphic design, web or games development. So over at Harrow College, we are running 2 T-levels, the Digital Business Services and the Science T-level.
T-level in science.
Good scientific and clinical practice, as well as fundamental scientific concepts. That's a combination of biology, chemistry, physics and some maths. Understanding of standard operating procedures, management of equipment and work areas, stock control and storage, and the importance of quality standards, health and safety.
Specialism, laboratory science.
This is giving you an amazing opportunity to work with an employer such as a chemical, pharmaceutical or biotechnological company. This will be in their laboratory. And the future?
A degree or higher apprenticeship, or careers options, technical support scientist, laboratory assistant. T-level in digital business service.
So this is also a digital T-level, but it differs a little bit from the previous one as it's focused more on analysing data. So we still cover a range of topics such as programming, coding, the use of data and different platforms of delivery in the digital industry. You also learn about the potential security risks that organisations can face and how to analyse programs and identify solutions through computer programs. You'll notice the core elements are very similar. What's different is the specialism in data analysts. You'll learn about sourcing, organising and formatting data, as well as how to interpret and communicate results. You'll also develop the skills needed for data analysts and the different ways to manipulate data. This will also give you the amazing opportunity to work with an employer while you study, such as an IT company or department. And the future?
A degree or higher apprenticeship, or career options, IT solution, data analyst, technician or digital marketer.
Hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea of what a T-level is. You can find out a lot more at www.tlevels.gov.uk. You can look on the website of Uxbridge College or Harrow College in these specific areas to give you a bit more information. And we're going to be staying around for a Q&A session straight after this.
Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully that was all very clear for you. We'll have a Q&A coming up to answer all your questions.
So thank you very much, Chris and Susie, for providing us with some information there about the T-levels. Just now going to go on and just offer up some questions and answers. So if there's anything that anybody would like to ask, we're taking questions in the chat. So we're just going to have a look now to see if there's anything specific that's come through. So one of the things, Susie, just to look at in terms of the courses that we're offering at Uxbridge College and at Harrow College, would students attend both colleges or would they be based somewhere in particular?
That's a good question. So you will only attend one of the campuses. So for childcare, that will be in Hayes. For digital, you will have a choice. If you want to study something that's more to do with design and web development, then you will choose the Uxbridge campus. If you're looking more at the kind of business aspects, then you'll choose the one at Harrow. And for the last one, science, the only option currently is at Harrow.
That's great, thank you. So students will be based at one of the two colleges. Just to explain, Harrow College and Uxbridge College are a merged college group, but obviously, as Susie said, the T-level that you decide to choose, you'll be based just at that specific campus. Also, just another quick question come through, and if there is anything else, do keep popping them through to the chat box. Folks will be happy to answer those today. One of the things that we're just looking at is in terms of the placements and what would be involved for a student and how long they are and how that works. If you've got any more detail, that would be great to share. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So we divide it up. It's 315 hours, which translates roughly to 45 days. Sometimes you'll be doing a day a week. Sometimes it will be in a block. We can do up to 2 employers, and it's a bit more developed than work experience. The whole idea behind it is you are on a learning experience. We're not expecting you to walk out of our college a fully fledged, say, lab technician or whatever the similar career is that you've chosen, but we're expecting you to have some really good core knowledge that we've taught you, and then while you're on the placement you will be taught further skills and further knowledge. So we help find the placement, and we do lots of preparation with you. It's very different to the courses that already exist because it translates to about 8 weeks, so it's quite a large part of your course. But we spend a lot of time preparing you for that. So I expect you'll really make a lot of progress doing the T-level.
That's great, thank you. A question that's popped through is, will there be psychology within any of the T-level courses that we offer?
Yeah, that's a good question. Again, they're currently not offering psychology. We are currently looking at some science and health. So there potentially in the future will be some healthcare, but this is all coming from the government. So if you want to do psychology, the A-level route is probably still the direct best route.
That's very helpful, thank you. Another question that's come through, I understand that the T-levels, the level 3 T-level is a 2-year course. So if you're not quite ready to go on to a level 3 T-level, is there an option before that that can help you prepare for that?
Yes, so if you don't have either English or maths at a grade 4, or it can be a level 2 functional skills in either of them. It can also even be English Lit. But if you don't have one of those qualifications, we would suggest that you do the level 2 course first. So we have something called the T-level transition. We'll be running one at, let me see if I can get this all right. So at Harrow, we're going to be doing science. We're also going to be doing business, because in 2 years' time, we'll be running a business T-level. We'll be doing IT at both Harrow and Uxbridge, and also childcare. And then we're going to do an engineering transition course. So that's the level 2 course if you need to retake either maths, English, or even both. And we'll spend a year basically getting you ready for the T-level.
And that presumably, if you do the transition, the level 2, you can then go straight on, if you successfully complete that, to go straight onto the level 3 T-level itself.
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of like a mini T-level. It's only 1 year. You'll do a bit more maths and English. We'll do a couple of weeks work experience, so not the whole 8-week substantial industry placement. And we'll also develop your knowledge in that skill area.
That's great. Another question that's popped through is just, can you expand a little bit more on the digital T-level at Harrow College? Because there were 2 types that were mentioned, I think.
Yes.
One based at Harrow, one based at Uxbridge. So if you can explain the difference between the 2 or give a little bit more detail, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay. So the idea with all the T-levels is there's this core route. So about half of it is very, very similar. Really, the first year is very similar. It's not the same, but very similar. And that's much more general about working in the IT industry. And the skills that you'll need there. So you will cover things like programming and coding. You will cover things like actual experience of what it's like to work in the IT industry. And we'll probably send you out for a short period of time in that first year. It's the second year that's very different, because in the one at Uxbridge, the digital production and design, it's based on the career of kind of a web developer, graphic design. So the focus is on this singular occupation, this singular job. The one at Harrow is based on a data analyst. Data analyst is one of the huge skills shortages that we're kind of experiencing, especially even during this pandemic where there's huge unemployment. People are still looking for this data analyst occupation. That's why the government's chosen that to be one of the main T-levels. If you compare it, the question earlier about psychology, they're not suffering a skills shortage. They've got plenty of applicants for that. Whereas this is an area they are desperately looking for people who are skilled and who are young and ready to go out and work. So the focus is on analyzing data. So you might have a large spreadsheet full of information. It might have many, many pages, and you might run some code to try and find some information and pull data out of it. And you will use that. Sometimes you might write a report on it, which you might present to people to try and give business solutions for a company. It's very occupation driven.
That's a helpful explanation of the differences between the 2. Another question, and I think engineering was mentioned earlier, but just somebody's asking about engineering T-level, and if so, is that running, and if so, would it be at Uxbridge or at Harrow?
So the engineering T-level unfortunately won't run until 2022, and that will be at Uxbridge. We're running the T-level transition for 2021. To prepare people who might go on to the engineering in 2022. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist yet. So we're going to be one of the first, well, we will be one of the first colleges in the whole country offering the engineering, as we are for all the other T-levels. But yeah, I'm sorry, it won't exist until the year after next.
So if somebody's looking at next September for engineering, the transition program would be in place from September 2021. So depending on your qualifications, if you were looking at a level 2 qualifications, then you could go on the transition program and then move on to the T-level. If you had qualifications for a level 3, there are other engineering qualifications that are that are running at the Uxbridge campus. So if you're interested in engineering, depending on whether you're level 2 or level 3, there will be something to suit you. So obviously it just depends whether that's the T level or one of the other qualifications. So that's just something to bear in mind to the person asking that question about engineering. And just picking up on something Susie said, we started running T levels this September. Two T levels, childcare in Hayes and one of the digital T levels in Uxbridge. And as Susie said, we're one of the first colleges, and particularly first college in London, to be offering T levels. So they are a very new qualification, as you can see from the presentation, very exciting, lots of opportunities to prepare for a good career and to get that work experience, that significant placement where you'll obviously be out learning the skills that you need to prepare and move forward within your career. So yeah, exciting times, and as Susie said, new things coming along with different subject areas as we go forward. Just having a quick look to see if there are any other questions. If anybody has got anything else, we've still got a little bit of time left, so do pop those into the chat. Just picking up, Susie, on one of the points that you made about going out into industry. Obviously, these are very new qualifications, so not many students have taken part in them already, but I know we've had some pilots going on. And just in terms of when students are in a placement, what sort of experience have they had, those who've been piloting that? Have they been able to get involved in lots of activities? I don't know whether you've got any feedback you can share.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of the students who were involved last year, so they were involved in kind of a pilot scheme. We were able to run that in all of the areas that we're running. Fujitsu was hugely successful because the student then went on to get a job there immediately afterwards. We've also got a company we're working with this year called Version 1, who are a global company. They do a lot of stuff that they're one of those companies you've never heard of, but they do everything that you didn't realize. So they're doing all this stuff on the internet that I'd never even knew that they offered. And we've got 3 placements running this year with them in IT, and we're also going to be looking at expanding into business as well in the next, that will be another 2022 one that we offer with engineering.
That's great. And one of the questions just linked to the placements, I've got another question that's popped in as well, but in terms of the placements, does the college help to find those placements?
Yes, we have an employer bank. So what we do is we put the placements up usually on Google Classroom, and students apply for it. They've already done some training on writing cover letters and doing their CV, and it goes to the actual employer, and the employers look at the applications, choose who they would like, usually after a short interview process as well.
And again, the support would be there to help students prepare those
yeah,
CVs
the whole
and
thing,
prepare that information.
it's a learning process. We don't expect you to come in with a great CV. We expect you to leave with a great CV.
Perfect. Another question that's been asked is, what will the timetable be like on a daily basis? For example, if it was the digital production T level, would you be in class between 9 and 5 all week?
Yeah, so we usually do, it's a bit larger than a typical course because it is to prepare you for a very specific industry. So in order for you to be ready to go out and work afterwards, if that's what you want to do, obviously you can go to uni or an apprenticeship as well. We do about 22 hours a week. That's throughout the week. So you'll be in either 4 or 5 days, and it will be any time between 9 and 5, depending on the timetable. You usually have a few, like a couple of half days off.
And again, just something that you mentioned there, just about how the T levels are preparing students for a range of different options. So you might be thinking about whether or not you want to go out to work. You might be looking at going into university, higher education, or a higher apprenticeship. So there are lots of, and you would have seen in the presentation, there are lots of career choices and progression opportunities for the T levels, which again makes them a very kind of valuable and exciting qualification. Lots that you can pick up from there. If there are any other questions, do pop them through. Nothing else has come through. We'll just give that a moment, just to say, whilst we just wait for any last minute questions. If you haven't attended our welcome session, we did a welcome session for both Harrow and Uxbridge College, which gives you some other information about the college. tells you a little bit about the support that we offer students and our facilities and some of the things that you wouldn't have heard just today. So do head to our website. We are putting that content on the websites and on our YouTube channels as well. But the welcome session will just give you a little bit more information and also lets you know how you can apply for courses as well. Just to say that applications are open at the moment, and we are obviously taking any inquiries. So if you want to find out any more information, as I was saying, that a question did come through about can we apply through the website for 2021. Our course, our applications are online, and I think a couple of them still, a couple of the T levels will still need to go up, but they will be heading online very shortly. And another question that's just popped in is, would this session be able to be viewed later? We have recorded this session today, and we will again put that up on our websites, both at uxbridgecollege.ac.uk/open days or harrow.ac.uk/open days, and we'll have the session listed on there, and they'll be on our YouTube channels as well. Well, we don't have any other questions for you, Susie. Thank you very much. It's been really helpful, and I hope those who've joined us today have learned something and enjoyed the session. And again, if you do have any other questions, do get in touch with us. And as I say, more information will be available on the website, so do look out for that. But we're here on email or by telephone if you want to ask anything in addition once obviously we've finished the session today. So thank you very much, and have a good rest of the day. Thank you.